back to Cooking with Bill. We're going to do an Irish favorite. We're going to do a cottage pie. Now in Ireland, a cottage pie typically would have lamb, some spices, some vegetables, and then it would have a potato covering, a mashed potato. We're going to do something similar, but we're going to do it more like the Brits, where they actually use beef instead of lamb. Now if you don't eat meat, you can always use an impossible meat of some sort and put it in as well. Now we're going to have a bunch of spices. We have some thyme, some rosemary, salt, pepper, a bunch of things that I'll put up on a list here. We also have some tomato paste. We have about a cup of beef broth that's going to be used with this. We're going to have a cup of Guinness. Now Guinness is a stout made in Ireland. It's a very dark brew, and that's going to give it its unique flavor. We're going to have a cup of onions. We're going to have some garlic, and we're going to put this all together and show you how it's done. Now, when you're starting out cooking anything, we're going to take a nice cast iron skillet, but if you don't have one, a regular one will work. Put a little bit of oil in the pan. We're going to saute the onions until we get them to about the right consistency, and then we're going to add in the meat and the spices, and we'll go from there. So I'll let you see this as it goes along. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to rice the potatoes. Now, you don't have to use a ricer. You could just mash them. But I have found that ricing potatoes, if you want to pick up one of these, makes them much smoother when you're making mashed potatoes. And that's all there is to it. Put your potatoes in the ricer and get out your frustrations of the day, squeezing it into a fine mixture. Okay, so we've now riced all of the potatoes. We're going to take and add a mixture of an egg yolk and a 1/4 cup of milk. We're going to mix that together in here. Add some salt and pepper. Just like with anything that you're doing, you want to do seasoning in layers. And then we're going to put into this a cup of cheddar cheese. Now, if you really want to cream this up, you can add a few ounces of cream cheese to it as well. I'm just going to add just a little bit more milk. And that's all there is to it. Now we have creamy mashed potatoes. So let's put this thing together. So we're going to take a 9x9 pan. And what we're going to do is we're going to add the meat first. And then after we add the meat, we'll go ahead and put the potatoes over top of it. Okay, so here is our beef. This is 2 pounds of beef. Remember, we use beef stock as well. So this makes a pretty full dish to start with. And then we're going to sit and take our mashed potatoes. We're going to put it in a 400-degree oven for about 20 minutes. And then we'll let it sit for about 10, and it should be ready to eat. Okay, so we've done all the baking. We had the shepherd's pie or cottage pie, depending on what you want to call it, in the oven at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. We took it out. We've let it rest for about 10 minutes. And so what you're going to do is you're going to do a serving. Now I'm going to do a small one because it's not dinner time for me yet. But as you can see, you get some really nice potatoes. They have that cheese in them. And then you're going to have all that beef. Now again, that beef was sauteed with the beef broth, with the Guinness, all of that wonderfulness and all the things that you put together with it. You're going to get a nice shepherd's pie. Oh, you're not going to beat that for Irish and for St. Paddy's Day. So if you haven't done it, you can do this in an afternoon. It'll surprise your friends, your family. It's a great thing to do. Next coming up, I'm going to be doing a corned beef and cabbage in an Instapot. So don't blink because it doesn't take long in that one. If you like what you're seeing, please like, subscribe, tell your friends. Send me comments if you'd like. We love having you come by. And from my kitchen to yours, enjoy.